Guys, it's your boy Miguel here to give you your daily dose of radiation. In today's video, we are covering top reasons or times you can shoot an X-ray without an order. So to give you context, I'm a night shift X-ray tech, been doing it for over 4 years now. Work in the emergency room, trauma 3 ER, state of Texas. So for the most part, you're supposed to have an order when you're supposed to be X-raying a patient. Sometimes in the emergency room, maybe it gets a little busy. Maybe you have a true trauma, or you get verbal orders from the patient, or the doctor forgets to put in the order, but you're told to do it, right? Most of those times, it's kind of where we fall in. Sometimes even in the floor when we do morning ports. Sometimes certain doctors will forget to put in some X-rays. They'll see us walk by. If you're lucky, they'll tell you, like, hey, can you shoot so-and-so? I'll have a nurse put in the order. Or sometimes, especially like in the ICU, we'll have nurses that put in orders. Or sometimes they're like, hey, so-and-so needs it. They're intubated or whatever. Can you do it? And then we'll just, either they put in the order and then you can link it up that way, or you can quick start, which is like you generate like a trauma, or some says trauma, some says quick start on your little X-ray machine, and you can shoot it up and you can link it up later, either on PACS or on the actual X-ray machine, depending on how your system works. But yeah, sometimes it will be like very chaotic, especially in the trauma room, depending on how many stuff they see. Or sometimes you will be there with the doctor in the trauma room, and you shoot a chest, and like maybe they're looking for like a gunshot wound, like they're looking for the bullet or something, because they don't see like an exit. And then they'll be like, okay, shoot a chest, and you shoot a chest. And then they're like, okay, shoot a KB, and then you shoot a KB. And then you just keep on moving and do whatever, and you just make sure you get all the views, document everything. And depending on how your system works, if you're like having to do several exams without orders, certain systems you can run all the exams under the same one, and then later on PACS you can separate them and make them into their respected little area, like one's chest, one's foot, one's whatever. You can separate them there. Or to me personally, sometimes it's easier to just like quick start one, let's say a chest, send that off, even if it's you just put like trauma one, whatever, you send that off, opening another order on your little portable machine for like a foot, and then it just kind of keeps it separate and makes it a little bit more easier, especially when it's on the daytime when you have multiple people working. And the worst thing that can happen is they put something online that maybe you didn't mean to go online, or you forgot to delete some images, or you accidentally typed something wrong and they link it to the wrong one, or whatever the case may be. So sometimes that might be the easier route. For me personally, at night it's pretty chill. It's me and one other tech. Majority of the times I'm the one who puts everything online, because I have a little system that makes it more efficient. Or even if I know the other tech is back there and I know I sent something that could possibly cause maybe problems, or they can maybe run it under the wrong patient or whatever it be, so I'll just call back there and tell them like, hey, we're gonna don't put that online. Or sometimes on my side, when I'm still doing portables, I'll just suspend it and hold it, because if you suspend it, no one can see it except you and whoever looks on the portable machine. Once you send it off, and if it's already linked, if there's an order, anyone can see it. But there's like even the rads, even the nurse, doctor, whoever can look at it, but there's no report or anything can be generated. So depending on what's going on, sometimes it is better to have an order, because as soon as you shoot it, and even if you don't put it online, they can still view it, and they can work from there. Other times we get busy and maybe I didn't put something online or I didn't have an order. What will happen is, let's say we get busy running, shooting other stuff. No one can see that X-ray, and especially if there's no doctors around to look at it, then it's like they don't know if you shot it or not. So, but most of our doctors are pretty chill. Most of them get the orders in. Sometimes they'll order it and stuff will get busy and they'll forget. I mean, all you have to do is literally call to the front desk or call whichever floor you shot it in, and they'll put in the order and everything will be good. Sometimes when you shoot multiple exams, sometimes you can copy certain pictures while it's still like when you're quick starting, so you don't have to, like, let's say you shoot a foot and an ankle. Instead of like multiple exposures on an ankle, you can like copy and just crop it for, like, let's say a lateral foot and a lateral ankle. There's no point to double expose. You can like copy it, and then certain X-ray equipment, you can like drag the image onto the other order or to the other little quick start thing, and it makes it, less exposure, makes it easier for us. So that's a little quirk that you can use depending on what you have going on. And yeah, that's all the reasons I could think of why you would shoot one without an order. But definitely I wouldn't like ever suggest seeing someone and it says short of breath, and then you're like, oh, well, let me just shoot this because, on the chart it says they're short of breath, we're busy. Not always they need X-rays if they're short of breath. I know it's rare, but the worst thing that could happen is you get ahead of the game and you shot it and then they didn't order anything, and then the patient tells the doctor, hey, what did they see on my chest X-ray? And the doctor's like, I didn't order chest X-ray. And they're like, well, they came and shot it. And then it can get very chaotic. I know sometimes with certain doctors that are like super slow at ordering stuff and it takes them a while. Sometimes you want to do that, but as far as liability and ethical reasons, I would never suggest it. So, as always, it's been your boy Miguel. We'll see you on the next one.